the broader markets have actually been pretty robust and pretty resilient, right? And a lot of names have actually gained quite considerably from the lows from March, right? What, according to you, will be the trigger from this point on? Because we were discussing and saying that perhaps the FII selling is dissipating, and Neeraj, I will say, he said that he hopes that these are not his famous last words, and I hope so too. But what do you think? And do you think that we need a very structural trigger for the equity markets in India to take it to the next level?
I think taking it to the next level can be a function of 2 or 3 things. I mean, one is at the very micro level, and when we say markets, say the top 50 companies, I think there it's going to be their ability to pivot to innovation. Can they chart a different course? Can they chart a course which will yield higher growth rates? Because finally equities is about growth. You can't be growing at 5%, 6%, and trading at 20, 25, 30p multiples, in some consumer companies trading at 50, 60, 70p multiples, and say that, okay, why are these stocks not going up? Because investors, or for that matter, global investors, are not going to come in and invest in a bunch of companies which will probably grow in single digit. So I think one is the companies themselves will have to chart a different course, or this could be a slightly long drawn affair where in the next year or 2 or 3 years, there's a whole reshuffle where out of, say, the Nifty 50 companies, out of the 50 companies, 10, 20 companies find their way out, and a new bunch of 10, 20 companies come in which are growing at a disproportionately higher rate, and there are many candidates out there. But that's something which will still take a year or 2. Or the other is basically where at the policy level something happens which makes the foreign investors, global investors, see India as a way more attractive market from their standpoint of view, from an investment point of view, which means tweaking with the tax rates, exempting capital gains, removing tax on dividends. These are things, of course, which have been talked about and widely expected as well. If something like that happens, that could be a bit of a pivot or a game changer.